Hey y'all, today I'm going to tell you just how bad I messed up in the last video, what I did to fix it today, and then we do the lift pump and a few other things. My name is Andrew. This is the OK Humvee. So everything was going great. Posted my last video, got through all the YouTube stuff, all the settings, all the chapters, all the SEO stuff. Was feeling good about it. Got in right before our son was born, and feeling good, making steps, making progress. Heard it turn over, made sure it wasn't pickled, and then that's when I saw this comment. The comment reads, "I don't think glow plugs go into the cylinder. You would have to pull the injector to get the pickle out of the cylinder." I just made a whole video about pulling it out of the glow plugs. Telling me I had it backwards. So I did what any rational human would do. I asked ChatGPT, do glow plugs on a 6.5 turbo diesel go into the cylinder? They go into the pre-combustion chamber. Glow plugs go into the pre-combustion chamber, which I would have known had I looked at my old motor, which has just been sitting out here rotting. So I'm going to show you where I messed up and what I'm going to do to fix it. This is my little homemade contraption. If you haven't watched the last video, go check it out. These are glow plug holes. Also, this weighs a ton. These are the glow plug holes. So this glow plug is out. This is what I did. I fed this through and thought, man, nothing in there is gonna keep me from starting this motor. However, it doesn't come out the other side. You'll notice there's no little rubber hose going into what would be the cylinder down here. So the internet was right and I was wrong again. That's no surprise to any of you. This is not a how-to, this is a how not to. What I should have done, first of all, was take better notes. What you're, I guess, supposed to do is use your fancy socket. Again, you're going to have to unhook all these lines with these tiny clamps. Take out an injector. And then, with the injector out, you go through the injector hole. Yeah. See, that's what's supposed to happen. That's supposed to go into the cylinder. And I was supposed to do that before I use the starter to turn it over. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this out of the way because it's heavy and I don't want it to fall on my fingers. So here's the plan. I blew air through, what are these called? Glow plugs. The air does come out through here eventually. Like, it is interconnected, it's just not directly in the same place. I don't want to go back through and take out all of the injectors. One, I don't want to deal with any of these right now. And two, I've already turned it over a bunch. So when I first got it, turned it over by hand multiple times just to make sure, buying a used motor, make sure it actually turns over. And then bumped it with the starter a couple times. And then I thought I had this whole process fixed, and I have bumped it several times since then. If it had enough oil in it to hydrolock it, it would have stopped. Like the starter's not going to well, it could just been some rods, or it would just like clunk like a hydrolocked motor. So seeing as all that's happened, I've either A, just not had any oil in the top, or B, had a little oil and have already done damage, so it may not matter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and pull the glow plugs, and just the glow plugs, turn it over, and let anything that's in there try to shoot or vent out. It may just make it to this little pre-combustion chamber. It may make it all the way out, but either way, it would have somewhere to go as to not build up pressure and break and bend things. So yeah, that's that. If you need to, yeah, so don't do what I do. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional, even though I play one on YouTube. Anyways, yeah, that was fun to learn. So shout out to my guy leaving the comment. Very nice about it. He could have been, hey, you idiot. But he was not. Just sharing, just caring. I'm gonna move this back out the side. I'll pull the glow plugs and put some shop rags in there, probably cardboard or something. Bump it and see if anything happens. I don't think anything's gonna happen. I don't think anything's gonna come out, because I'm just believing that everything has made it out through the cylinders prior to me breaking anything. Good thing is these aren't crazy tight in the block. Just some of them are kind of difficult to get to. If you were wondering, it is hot again. But next week should be a little better. I feel like a child working on a monster truck some days. Both my intelligence level and just size. Come on, dipstick. Oil dipstick, it's in the way, not me. Not calling myself a dipstick. Maybe I am. Go move these before I lose them. All right, as you can see, I have very carefully stuffed the paper towel back there to catch anything that spits out. And with any luck, nothing's gonna come out. So let's go try that, test that theory. Okay. Nothing squirted out on this side. Let's check the other side. Clean. Good news is I probably didn't mess up the motor. Bad news is I guess I don't really know. So anyways, put the glow plugs back in and move on to the next thing. So I didn't love the way it sounded when I turned it over a minute ago. All the glow plugs are back in. I don't know if it was just getting noise from that or if it's just been a minute. So I got my camera, I got my phone down there looking at the starter teeth and the flywheel. We'll see what that looks like from down there. Actually, that time sounded great. Maybe it's just with all the glow plugs out, I was getting more rattle. But yeah, sounds good. Okay. Now to do the next thing. There's always a next thing. First thing is getting my phone from down here. Ugh. The good news is I was actually recording on my phone. All right, next on the list is the lift pump, which is this. Obviously this is not my current motor, but I wanted to try to pull this one off and see if I could show you kind of what's going on. I don't know how easy it's going to be to show on that motor. Basically the lift pump, I've already taken one of the bolts out. Don't remember doing that, but lift pump is 2 bolts. I think those are 7/16. This is the mechanical pump. So there's a rod right there, and then there's this. Don't know which way it's supposed to move. These 2 bolts and the gasket, that goes on that rod, which when your motor is sitting right side is liable to slide out. When it slides out and this plate is here, it's going to land right here. This needs to go under that. When that's down, you can't push it back up with the plate in the way easily. So what I'm going to do is also pull the plate. I got a new gasket for that, which that looks like it was just RTV. Pull those 2 bolts, and then this rod, when it inevitably slides out, because keep in mind my motor's on its side. Okay, there you have it. So this rod tends to fall out when you remove this. And let's see, it's got to go like this underneath, so this pushes. But when this falls down, you can't put the new one in to get underneath it. So take the plate off. I got some mechanics grease that will hold this in long enough for me to slide it in. This will already be ready to go. I'll pop it on, and hopefully that will work. And hopefully you kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. I'll try to take a video of me doing it, but I'll be moving fast, so I won't be able to explain it real time. Yeah, it's definitely hot. Okay. This is the old lift pump. Well, this is the lift pump from my NA, my first motor. Lift pump and the plate I just took off. This is Lucas extra heavy duty grease, made for like wheel bearings and stuff, but I'm just going to put a little bit on the end of this just to kind of get it to stick in there just for a second. I don't want to overdo it because I still need it to move, but I mean, the motor's going to push it. It's not going to have any issues. This, if I grab the right box, yeah, okay. So this is the new one from Homer Parts Guy. This one is supposedly made in America. There's a lot on like Amazon and stuff that are just for the 6.5 in general. They're cheap, and apparently they don't last very long. So I wanted to get as nice a one as I could. Other than this one's just really dented. I don't really want to get this one dirty yet. This has been crushed. Probably from me rolling it around, but yeah, everything else looks the same. And this one's also missing. Broke off the little thing. So this has the gasket with it for and this is the gasket for the plate. I did buy 2 gaskets. There's 2 in there just in case I mess one up. Which, you know, if you watched any of this video, you know that's prone to happen. Okay. I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see, but if I don't include it, who cares? Okay, first thing, maybe I'll just get a video with my phone. First thing is there's a hard line right here that you got to take off. So I'm going to unhook that. The other jewel lines are never hooked back up because I knew I had to do this at some point. So take the line off and then take out the 2 bolts for the pump and the 2 bolts for the plate and catch that rod as it slides out. Oh, there we go. All right, we got that little guy loose. He was kind of a pain in the butt. So that'll be fun to get him back in. All right. Got some various extensions here. We're going to try for this back one first. There she goes. Bolt numero uno with the washer. I think it's clean too, compared to some other bolts I've pulled out of things. Now, I'm not going to remove the plate yet because it's going to hold that pin in. And believe it or not, I caught them both. Okay, so there was some residue in there. Okay, that's where the lift pump goes. I guess my rod is still in there. I don't think there's going to be any way to show you this. You can just take my word for it. So that pin right there has slid to the right here on the catch plate, which is what it's supposed to do. So it's still holding in there. So we're going to get this other thing prepped and then pull the plate. That does appear to have some RTV on it. I have to wedge something in there. Alright, I'm actually going to put one of these back in just loosely. Actually, I'm going to put both of them in loosely so that if I do break it loose, it doesn't go flying. Because then that rod would slide out. Yeah, there's probably a correct way to do this, but y'all aren't here for that. You're here for what can Andrew mess up next. Daggone. See, this is why I use a crescent wrench, because you can do all kinds of things with it. You can get it wedged into the plate. Wow, I can't believe that worked actually. All right, there's the plate. There's that pin, rod, whatever we're calling it. Okay. Yeah, there's still some goop up there up top. So we're gonna clean this up. Get some goop on that. Man, that thing looks brand new with that gasket. Okay. Be back in a second. Okay. So we're about to reinstall. I try to do this in one fell swoop, which is probably not the right way. So I'm going to try to go ahead and have the plate on because these are small enough that with a wrench I should be able to get them up and tighten them into place. So I'm going to try to put some goop on this, jam it up in there, get this into place before this pin slides down. So I don't know how well this will work, but here goes. I should probably move that so I don't put my elbow in it or something. Dang, I need like an extra set of hands. Okay, got that cleaned off with the razor blade. Let's see how long this stays up in there first, maybe. Ugh. Dang. I would recommend taking your tire off for this. Got one threaded in. There's the other one, but I can't hold it and turn. Okay. Oh man, look how sweaty those are. That's disgusting. My hands are so sweaty from those gloves, I can't do anything. Ugh. Okay. That one's in enough to hold it if the thing slides down. Now I need to line up the plate to get these in the bottom before I tighten anything up. One. I'm gonna have to go from underneath for this one. All right, here it is from underneath. Maybe would have been easier to do it from down here, but I don't know for sure. I do know my hands are too sweaty for this. And I left my wrench up there like a dingus. There's a cavity right there that I keep thinking is the bolt hole, and it is not. Ta-da! Okay, both of those guys are in. Let's slide out front. Look, that line is just almost perfect already. These are tiny bolts, so can't imagine the torque spec's very high. And I don't have a small enough torque wrench to get down here, so we'll just make sure they don't turn into cheese. I mean, they got a gasket, so. Okay, got this line in. We just need to tighten him up and then tighten up those other two bolts, and then I'm gonna leave the lines off for now because I'm gonna run this off an auxiliary tank to begin with when I first start it. So we'll just run lines to a little fuel tank on the side. So there you go.
Hey guys, it's me. I have some bad news for this part. Maybe it's because I have a newborn and a 3-year-old and I'm getting 2 hours of sleep. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but either way, forgot to charge the microphone. So for this section, you get to hear this voiceover of me talking about what I'm doing. Right here, telling you it's a bad deal. I'm trying to put the new belt on that I got, and come to realize, not the right one. Let me show you why it's not the right one. I don't have the AC compressor yet, so I'll save this belt for when I do, because AC compressor would go there. Figure I might as well check the brake fluid. I've redid all the brake lines, so I know I'm gonna have to bleed the brakes. Make sure you use .5, not 5.1. But we'll get to that later. Let's see what I do next. Oh, I checked the oil. So I guess this whole journey had oil in it. Did the pan, I put some oil in it, some just to crank it over a few times, but I took the oil filter off, put on a new oil filter just to start fresh. So this is me topping it off. Took a few tries. I did want to overfill it. But yeah, make sure you use whatever oil you want to. I'm not going to tell you what kind because there's a million different opinions. Just know that the one I use is great. That's me telling you it's at the right level. So clean that up. Oh yeah, this is me with the old belt that was still on the new motor, so it looks fine. It's not new to me. Doesn't have any tears on it, but it feeds in fine. And just had to go get the breakover bar, get the tensioner pulley in. I mean, that makes it pretty easy. Pop that right in, and I'm gonna prove to you that it's got my seal of approval. And here you go. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Vroom, 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 vroom. Yeah, again, I don't have audio for this part. Sorry about that. Oh, yep, I left my flashlight on and my phone died, so that was fun. So, anyways.
Well, today was a good day. It's hot. Got some stuff done. Did some stuff after, trying to think. I did something on video and then it got hot. So I took a break, came back, my micro's dead. So I just kept working. Tried to put the belt on, realized the new belt I have is the wrong size. It's for the one with the AC compressor, which I don't have yet. So I just put the old one back on. It looks in decent enough shape for now. Got that routed. I fixed the spring for the throttle. Where my throttle came in, the bracket was bent, the spring wouldn't reach, so I was able to bend that back, get the spring on. Probably pull a spring off the old motor just to have a spare. Probably pull everything I can off the old motor to have spares, I think, even just bolts and stuff. Trying to think of what else. Topped off the oil, checked the transmission fluid, it was good. Put the new oil filter in before I filled up the oil. And got the gauge cluster working. At least some of them come on. So I think it's working. And I put the old new start box I had, the one from Camotech, put the Camotech smart start box back in because that's the one I want to run with. And I've got the batteries on trickle charger, and next time you see it, I'll be trying to fire it up. So make sure to like and subscribe, turn on notifications if you don't want to miss out. So close I can taste it, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me, coming along the journey. The support's been great, and I'm just really excited to get this thing started, get it moving under its own power. Then we'll find out all the leaks and all that stuff. We'll get to that down the road. If it does start, relatively easily, it sounds pretty good. If it starts, before that, I'm gonna run a auxiliary can of diesel to the pump to bypass my system first, just to make sure that works. If that works, we'll hook up the fuel tank, see how that goes. Got the cooling stack, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, y'all, I'm pretty excited. Got a lot done today. It feels good, even though it's stupid hot. And yeah, like I said, next time I'll be trying to start this thing up. So make sure to like and subscribe. And thanks for coming along this journey with me. See you next time. Lift pump is done. Oh, while I'm here. Oil, trans. Ooh, I should check transfer case. Brake I checked, but we'll have to bleed that. Did that a while ago. Anything else? We'll do that. We'll do that soon. Okay. Man. There's still a lot on the list. That's okay. That means there will be more videos.